What's going on, you guys? It's Coach Ike, and we have another edition of Everything Uncovered. Man, I am truly excited because my guest is a sad dog. Um, Look forward to this conversation for him to tell his story and his journey. But before we get there, coaches, DB trainers, youth coaches, coaches that want to become defensive coordinators, I have the program just for you. Get you access to everything to teach and to develop your athletes. Make sure that they the best DBs possible, as well as if you're a defensive coordinator who wants to move on to the next level, how to be a position coach, understand the nuance, how to run a defense, how to adjust, all these things. Have a course for you guys. That link will be below in the description tab, as well as you guys get 24-hour access. 24-hour access to see if this program is for you. You guys don't want to miss out. I'm telling you guys, it's game changer. For my DBs, make sure you guys are tapping in group training Tuesdays and Thursdays. Saturdays, we will start competition days. Receiver, DBs, quarterbacks, you can come out. Running backs, linebackers, you can come out as well. Make sure you guys are tapping in. Follow us on social media, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever platform you desire. Coach Ike's DB training. So without further ado, I can't wait for you guys to meet my guests. Man, we got some funny stories playing together. Won a national and state championship together at Mount Sac. Like I said, he's a Sac dog. I'm excited to have him on. Malcolm Murray. So I got my boy Malcolm Murray, Sac
That
dog. Sac dog.
dog, yeah.
From the city, man. Malk, bro, your journey is truly special, man. Before we get into everything, bro, I want you to go back to where it all started, man. Share a little bit about your upbringing and your childhood, man.
Man, I grew up in Los Angeles. I'm a South Central kid, the west side of the city, through and through. Played basketball forever. I didn't think about football at all for real. 10th grade came around and I had PE. My PE class, it was full of clowns, bro. Like all the homies, majority of them played football. And they was like, man, why don't you play football? Because we used to play throw up tackle at PE.
Yeah.
And the PE teacher was the defensive coordinator. So he used to see us all play. And my boys used to be like, man, why don't you play football? I'm like, hey, man, I ain't playing no football. I ain't trying to get hit, dog. Nah. I'm trying to shoot behind the 3-point line and talk cash money. They're like, man, why don't you just play? I'm like, nah, bro, I'm cool. They had the head coach come out to PE one day, and he saw me catching the ball and running and stuff. He's like, man, why don't you come try for the team? I told him the same thing I told them. He's like, look, it won't be like that. Just think about you going up grabbing rebounds. It's gonna be the same energy.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I slept on it, and when we put the icing on the cake, I ain't no buster. So the homies was calling me all type of names, and oh man, I gotta show y'all. And till this day, bro, we were talking about this the other day, me and one of my boys. That's what started me to like really, really lock in on football. So 10th grade was the first time I've ever put on a helmet, put on pads, cleats. I didn't know my swag was terrible 10th grade, bro. I'm borrowing visors that's all scratched up. I don't have no gloves, but it was just natural, bro. I guess I got a little bit of athlete inside of me, and it blossomed. It
Yeah, yeah.
blossomed from there,
Now that's what's up. I had no idea you didn't play till 10th grade year. So yeah.
bro. Ain't no Pop Warner, ain't no tour that I didn't know what none of that was, dog. I'm just used to being in the gym, me and Pops being in the gym, shooting, dribbling and shooting. So when football came around and man, they practicing in the sun, it's
Mm-hmm.
raining. I'm like, man, what did I sign up for? But you know, I couldn't allow the homies to talk crazy about me. I had to prove them wrong.
Oh, for sure, for sure. So, like you said, you end up playing in high school. You attend Sarah. You guys, at
Look,
that time.
you see it. You see the S House still rocking it.
So at this point, Sarah is starting to build a name for themselves. You guys have been winning at this point. We mentioned Chris Hemp. He was there prior. He was older. They went to the championship game. They lost, unfortunately. So you guys are starting to build a reputation as far as Sarah. But of course, you also was a multi-sport athlete. So share how that recruiting process was for you in high school.
Man, so when I started playing football, 10th grade, I got my letter end of 10th grade after we had lost in the playoffs. First time I had ever received something from a college. Basketball, the little looks I was getting was like D2 schools, NAIA. So ultimately, and in track, obviously, if you play football, you're supposed to run track, bro. You want to be fast, you want to be agile, you want to be strong. So it kind of go hand in hand. But I end up in high school. I stopped playing basketball. I didn't play my senior year because I was so focused and locked in on football.
Yeah.
After junior year, I stopped playing because I was like, I don't want to go to a NAIA when I got an opportunity to go to a big time school. My first letter in high school was from Notre Dame. Charlie Wise hand signed it, bro. So I was like, Charlie Wise, like that's the fat dude that be on the sideline tripping. I'm like, yeah. So I stopped playing basketball to lock in on football, and it was just, I don't know. The recruiting process is a gift and a curse because you get all those letters and you just assume that you're the only one getting the letter. Not in all actuality, man. Then they sign in 200 letters a day, sending them to all 200 kids all across the states. And I didn't have no idea about none of that at the time. So it was all a learning process at the same time. So recruiting was fun. Coaches come up to the school and holler at you. Everybody used to get recruited by Oregon, or at least the coaches used to come holler at you. Don Pelham, he used to come to the school in a 3-piece, wingtip shoes, fresh. He always had a couple rings on from championships they won. So that was like, it was more of an inspiration than anything because it's like, oh, y'all coming to talk to me? I just start playing football. Like, I think I may be able to make something shake. And from then, it was just, the sky was the limit, bro.
Now that's what's up. So, wait, explain, because I asked Chris too, because I never been to a private school. Explain, man, this private school atmosphere, man. How is that?
I ain't never been to a public school, bro. I've been in private school since kindergarten. From kindergarten to 12th grade, I went to a private school. My brother went to public school for a minute. All my cousins went to public schools. All my homeboys on my block went to public school. I really think the biggest difference is we wore uniforms.
Yeah.
That was the only thing. It's crazy. I'm passing Sarah right now. We wore uniforms, bro. Sarah was a public school with uniforms. We had inner city kids from all different type of areas, and we all had one thing in common, was sports and winning. So I really couldn't tell you a difference. They'll say the curriculum is different. Sarah's a college prep school, but we just wore uniforms, dog. We did the same thing public schools did.
Okay. So, man, so you shared a little bit about your recruiting process. Of course, you had some interest, basketball, football as well, but you end up going to Weber State. And bro, what made you go there? And then what was your experience? What you being away from home? Because we from Cali. We know how we rock. You going to Weber State? That's in Utah. You feel me? So what was that experience for you, man?
Well, I went to Weber State because going in my senior year, I had a few offers on the table for football, but I took a class that I was taking at Sarah, didn't transfer. So it had my GPA, my SAT it wasn't right. Yeah. So I needed to take some extra units. So I took a few night classes at a local junior college to make up for it. But by the time that I had completed the course, everybody's scholarship was already taken. I think Nevada had one scholarship left, but they was like on the border because I had qualified so late.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, all right, whatever I can get now, that's what I'm gonna take. And at the same time, all that was happening, my cousin ended up getting killed. So it was like Weber State was there. My cousin got killed. My parents didn't want me in the city no more because it was just hot at the time. So they was like, look, peace. So I ended up going to Weber State. Weber State was small. I was there at the same time. Dame was there. Mr. Irrelevant, his name was Tim Toon. He was one of the receivers on the team. It was a solid experience. That was my first time actually like being away from home.
Yeah.
I got family down south. I'd go down south for a couple of weeks, kick it with my folks. But being in Utah, bro, it was different. I don't even know how to put it in words, bro. Utah different. Everything shut down on Sundays. Yep. I'm used to walking out the crib and walking to the corner and it's a liquor store. You can, bag of chips, some candy, a soda, something. In Utah, bro, on Saturdays at like, I don't know, 2, 3 o'clock, everything starts shutting down. If you don't get everything before lunchtime, you just out of luck until Monday. So that alone right there, I was calling my folks like, man, I can't even go get no candy. I can't even go to the store and do what I'm used to doing because everything is shut down right now.
Exactly.
So but at the same time, it was a learning experience. It made me mature a lot faster. Staying in the dorms, walking to class in the snow. What saved me was because it was a couple of dudes from Cali on the team. They wasn't from LA. Well, one of them was. He actually went to Mount Sac. Yeah, I can't think of his name. It'll come to me. But he went to Mount Sac and he played with Coach Meat. Meat was his coach. So we had something in common. Just him being from LA and we knew some of the same people or whatever. The other California dudes was from San Diego. So, we had our little group or whatnot, but it wasn't nothing like being in LA, bro. So I did a season there and I came home for we was in the playoffs because division D1 AA they have the playoff system. So we was in the playoffs. We had lost the playoffs, so I ended up coming home for the holidays or whatnot. And when I was at home, I was just like, man, I'm not trying to go back to Utah. I told my parents that. They like, what you think you're gonna do? Either you come home, you got to have a plan. Either you gonna work or you gonna go to school. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not working. I'm not ready to work yet. Like, I'm gonna figure something out. And I knew Pooley, obviously. So me and Pooley we've been cool since high school because we played in the All-Star game. So Pooley was like, Mount, and we at Elko. Yeah. Come to Elko. I'm like, shoot. I told my folks, like, look, I'm gonna come back home and I'm gonna play ball at Elko. They like, all right. It took a little convincing. It wasn't that easy. Yeah. Because all the stuff in the city was still going on. But they ended up letting me come back to the crib and I checked into Elko. I got to Elko and Dante was there. So Dante was like, look, man, you could play receiver and you're gonna be the fourth receiver in a rotation. Or you can play DB and you could be a dog. I played DB in high school. I played corner in high school, but I was just bigger than everybody. We played cover 2 and man. So it was cake. Like technique wasn't all that. I was just stronger and I could run. So I'm like, nah, bro, I don't want to play DB. I'm cool. So I left I didn't leave Elko. Like I went to work out with another JUCO, Harbor. And Harbor at the time, they had this dude, he went to Carson. We played him in high school, Dominique Blackman. 6'5", 6'6". He was like Cam Newton back then. 6'5", bro, 230 left hand, and he was throwing smoke. And they ran 4 or 5 wide the whole game. Every receiver is getting 4 or 5 touches. You know who Dwayne Frampton is, Framp?
Yeah. I know Framp.
He was at Harbor at the time. Chris Matthews was at Harbor at the time, and he went to Dorsey, which is down the street from the house. So I'm like, man, I'm going to Harbor, bro. And my folks was like, all right, cool. As long as you're doing something and you're not outside in the streets. I'm like, yeah, bet. So I get to Harbor, and then I start to see how everything was moving in junior college, and I'm like, yeah, this ain't gonna be it for real. Like it's 20 receivers. Yeah, I may catch the ball 3 or 4 times a game. It's only gonna be a little bubble screen, a quick slant or something. Yeah. I need to strike up the band. Like this ain't gonna get me to where I want to be.
Exactly.
So I called Dante back, called Pooley and them back, and I'm like, bro, I'm about to come back to Elko and play. and play DB with y'all. He like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. So, and I'm at Elko every day, training, doing all these crazy workouts with Dante. And then like what was that, like summertime, right? Like summertime, he took the job at Mount Sac.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, where's Mount Sac? Like I remember that, but I don't remember where it's at. And I only remember Mount Sac because of the sack relays. If
Exactly.
you ran track and you didn't run in the sack relays, bro, you wasn't fast. Your
Exactly.
team wasn't cold, bro. So I'm like, all right, Sac, cool. He like, look, you come to Mount Sac with me, I promise you, in one season, you gonna have every offer you want. You gonna get out. You gonna be out the hood. And I just took his word because small world, his parents' house was 5 minutes away from my parents' house. So he like, look, I'll pick you up for school. All you got to do is be ready.
Yeah.
Pull up to the house, hop in my car, and I'm gonna take you to school, and you're gonna be straight. So I trusted Tay. And you remember when we got the sack, bro? We had a whole caravan from LA, bro. Every day we up and down the 10, bro. Leaving the
Exactly.
crib that's 6 in the morning to get to sack for
Uh-huh.
class and workouts. So man, it's definitely been a ride, bro, and I appreciate everything about it.
Nah, for sure, man. Cause we talked about it, how Austin and us, we had to carpool from Dina, and that, just like everything else, we
Bro,
we there early in the morning there all day. And it's like, bro,
all day.
I'm
Jack in the
tired of
box,
it.
Jack in the Box hamburgers and stuff, bro. Stomachs on hurting.
Oh man. So, bro, because everybody experience is different. You feel me? And we already
Yeah.
know the grind of it, but can you share a little bit of the process of Mount Sac for you though? Like, I'm not even talking about playing. I'm just talking about just going up to JUCO school, driving. Like, how was that for you overall?
It was a mission in the beginning because I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel for a while. Like
Yeah,
in the beginning, like all them crazy workouts. I'm just like, man, I've been working out so long. Like, when am I gonna see like some fruits of the labor that I've been putting in? And it wasn't until when did it really start clicking? Remember we went to that camp and you ended up coming back to my crib, my pops cooked and stuff?
yep.
Bro, that camp when we dogged everybody with
Mhm.
our 40 times, the 225, the 101 reps,
Yep.
I was like, oh, okay, this way it really feel like I like this. And that's when the light really clicked, and I'm like, I can really do something. On
Yeah,
top of that, like I said, I played corner in high school, so I really wasn't like technical like that. Dante showed me how to do all that stuff.
for sure.
So when I start playing with y'all, you and AD, I'm like, all right, they a little shorter than me. I don't know if
Uh-huh.
they gonna be able to play like. And then when we went to that little camp and y'all was strapping and y'all was talking, I was like, oh yeah, we got action this season, dog. We got action, and I was just like, that was the light at the end of the tunnel that I needed to see. And I'm a confident person already, but that just boosted my. You couldn't tell me nothing, bro. Couldn't tell me nothing after that, dog.
No, I remember because we went to your dad's house. He was like, "Bro, we gonna be cold." He was like, "Bro,
Yeah,
we gonna be cold." He was like, and what you talking about that workout? It was actually a JUCO combine. I don't even know if they still do it anymore, but it was
I
like,
doubt it, bro.
yeah, everybody at Mount Sac. I mean, we was putting up crazy numbers, bench pressing, 40s, like
Crazy.
you said,
Yeah.
running one-on-ones, killing. That's really
That's when BJ really got like he was killing. They was like, he played
exactly,
DN. He's 6'4", 220. He just ran faster than all the DBs. Like, what
exactly.
y'all finna do in Walnut? Man, we finna cut up. That's what we finna do, dog. We finna cut
Exactly.
up.
And me and BJ, because prior to that, we were saying who was the fastest on the team. And I was like, man, BJ, you're not beating me. But that day, he ran a 4.39 and I ran a 4.41. He's like, Ness, I'm fast. I'm like, kill it, bro. And we really racing. We never did, though. But Coach Jad wouldn't let us race. But he was moving. That boy, that boy was moving for real. And like you
And
said,
what's crazy, bro? Me and BJ end up playing. We took a couple recruiting trips together. We was trying to go to the same college for a
yeah,
while.
yeah.
and end up playing against each other when he was at West
Oh
Virginia and I
yeah.
was at Cincy.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
he called me that week. He called me that week, bro. He was like, "Hey, tell your quarterback I'm coming to get him." And I'm not thinking of nothing. Like, man, me and this dude, we didn't been to war together before. So I'm about to go
Exactly.
let this quarterback know, like, hey, what this dude is telling me he finna do it. Bro,
Exactly.
they were so mad at me at Cincinnati. They was like, oh, maybe you should have came here, maybe you should have went to West Virginia if that's what you want to talk about. I said, bro, I'm just letting you know what he told me. Man, that game, BJ probably had 2 sacks. He broke the quarterback's leg.
Uh.
So, and then after the game, they looking at me crazy. I'm like, oh, John, bro, he he different.
Hey, for you guys who don't know what we talking about Bruce Irvin, who went to West Virginia, uh, did his thing, got drafted in the first round to Seattle Seahawks. So this is the Bruce Irvin that we're talking about right now. Okay, he was a beast.
Super Bowl champion.
Exactly. He was a beast for sure, man. So we all played together. But bro, man, share your experience. So now the season comes, bro, and like you said, this is, I mean, 10th grade year. You're not too far removed from like really playing football, and like you said, your confidence is building up. What was your experience of that JUCO life now on and off the field though? Like school, because prior to school, we know it's like it's just hell going through working out. Now we in school, we balling, you feel me? At this point, we early in the season, we only lose one game, which is a fluke game. Saddleback got us. But after that, we really
Oh,
run the tables. So
we
share your experience, what was going on with your mind on and off the field.
man, it was like I don't, bro. It was like a high every day. Like you get to campus and everybody know who you are,
Mm.
and you number 8, you the dude from LA, or you like you was a superstar on campus, and then you go into the Win Center and everybody in there congratulating on you on dogging whoever we played. What was the lady who ran the Win? Erica,
Yeah,
Miss Erica,
Erica. Yep.
bro. She showed so much love, and she made the transition from like school to football. She made it so similar. Like obviously you can't do football without school, and
Exactly.
she made it to the point where it was like I gotta go to the Win Center and check in with her. And if I go check in with her, she gonna ask and make sure my work is done. Then
Mm-hmm.
on top of that, I had a good relationship with what's his name, the counselor, Shane.
Dang, yep.
I had a good relationship with Shane, so it was like 2 birds, 1 stone. Shane and Erica used to hook it up to where Malk, just go to class, man. You go to class, you do what you need to do. Your play gonna speak for itself on the
Yep.
field, but you can't leave West Covina without this piece of paperwork right here. And the only way you gonna get this piece of paperwork is if you go to this class across campus and get on your little scooter and get over there, dog, on time, sit in the front, like all of that played a factor. And that's you asked earlier about what's the difference between public school and private school. What was my experience? And I'll say that's one thing that helped me because at Sarah, bro, you could have been the coldest dude on campus, but that was one thing you had to have some grades
Yeah.
and you had to have some structure. And so that helped me prepare moving forward when I got to Mount Sac. So I ain't missed too many classes. I'm not the biggest brainiac, but I knew I wanted to be out the hood. So for me to get out the hood, I had to go to class. So Sarah did help me with that.
Nah, big time. And I tell people all the time, I said, Mount Sac ain't no joke in them classes. I had some harder classes at Mount Sac than at my university. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
ain't no way,
Yeah.
man. Ain't no way.
Yeah. And Mount Sac is really one of the obviously it's the biggest junior college on the West Coast.
Yep.
And on top of that, they put out not just athletes, but Mount Sac had like one of the biggest put outs in college in general. Like
Mhm.
everybody that went to Mount Sac went to college, bro.
Exactly.
Went to college. So whatever you want to study, they was gonna help you study it and get you to the best school that fits you for sure.
No, for sure. Man, so you hit on about Dante a little bit, man. And we was fortunate because I say it was a blessing because prior to you guys getting him out sack, that first year we had Coach Meat and Coach Meat,
Yeah.
Coach Dante, and then Dante comes to the school, man. Can you speak on just how much he helped you just overall Just period, bro. Point blank.
Tay is the reason I went to Mount Sac. Tay is the reason I played TV. Tay is the reason I went to college. Bro, Tay, I give Tay all the credit. I talked to him maybe like a month ago to congratulate him on taking that job at Georgia.
Yep.
Tay, that's my guy, bro. I forever. He called me whenever he needs something to talk to a player. He want me to go look at a kid at a school. Anything he ever need, whatever, bro. That's my dog. He helped me be who I was on the field for sure. He
Nah.
and he, I think, I know for a fact, and I know you can vouch for it. It's easy for a coach to look up a tape and tell you to do the workout. You feel me? Like, oh yeah, it's better to T-step than a run in place and break.
Yep.
Use this hand to do that. It's easy to say that, but Tay used to put his cleats on with us, dog.
Yep.
Tay used to lift weights with us. So it's
Yep.
like, if you can do it, and we used to call him old back then. He really wasn't old.
Exactly.
We was calling him old, and he was rocking with us back then. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna let you, because we got a 40-minute ride back to the crib. I'm not gonna hear the end of it if you beat me in something today. So, yeah, I respect that. That's the definition of a player's coach.
Mm-hmm.
He listened to your word. He respected you on and off the field. He ain't never did nothing wrong. He pushed those buttons to play, and he was so technical and smart with the game. He made it so simple, the way he broke down film for us.
Broke it down.
Take hold, bro. Take hold, dog.
Broke it down. I can say this. I can say, because I think very highly of Dante, just like you said. For those, once again, we're talking about Dante Williams. He's now the DB coach at Georgia. He was our DB coach. Very, very blessed to have him. The thing about Tay is two things that stick out to me. First, he can talk to you. Like if you're having a bad game or something, he can talk to you without being disrespectful. But like you said, push those buttons to get the best out of you. But he'll say
every time.
And he's not a big rah-rah yelling dude, nothing like that.
No.
He gonna tell you the truth, but it's just gonna make you hungry. And then, like you said, like he simplified, bro. When he simplified the game for me at corner and how to read certain things, I was like, "What is this easy?" Like, oh,
three step, 5 step, the quarterback pat. As soon as he put his head down, ball coming, bro. Let's run. Let's go get in the end zone and celebrate. I'm like, oh yeah, it's up.
Bro, it was too easy, man. We was definitely fortunate to have Dante. The crazy thing about it, because Meek told us, Meek called me, and this is when he got the job at Washington. He said, Ness, don't worry, like, hey, like, y'all gonna be in good hands. And I didn't know because he didn't say who was coming. He just like, y'all gonna be in good hands. But then Dante, he's like, yeah, nigga, it's me. I'm gonna get
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Tay Cole, bro. Tay the best. He's by far the best DB coach I've ever played for. He's by far like a mentor on and off the field.
Exactly.
Tay, yeah, that's my boy.
For sure, man. So, bro, we end up getting to that championship game. And it was a hard fought game just because our offense is a passing offense, and they would play the wing. And
man, San Mateo.
It was raining like crazy. That's probably the worst weather game I ever been in because of how the rain was hitting us that day. We're playing at San Mateo. I don't even know why we had to play up there. We had the better record. No, actually, no. No, they was undefeated at the time. That's why. So we had to go drive up there. At this point, bro, we win 7-6. You actually have the game-ending pick, man. Explain that moment for that interception, and then just explain that moment of winning that championship.
Bro, I had 2 picks that game, and they gave Craig Payne the player of the game. I'm gonna call Craig after the game after we get off the phone and talk. Yeah, I'm about to call Craig after this, bro, and talk smack. But no, man, the wing team, I played against two schools in high school that ran the wing tee.
Mhm.
And I hated it. Cathedral High School ran the wing tee,
Yep.
and Torrance High School ran the wing tee. So I was accustomed to it, but I hated playing against it because at safety, like I like getting picks, bro. Picks
Mhm.
get you money. Picks get you
Exactly.
to the next level. So I'm thinking like, we about to play in this wing tee. It's finna be weak. They finna just run, 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 run. And the first pick I caught, it had slipped off Buddy's hand, and I caught
Mhm.
it and tried to get jiggy. But man, it was a hurricane going on at the same time, bro. So I ended up getting no yak. I ended up getting tackled. Game still progressing, and obviously we was the enforcers, so they knew they had to take a shot,
Mhm.
and he took it. But the shot that he took, again, go back to BJ. He took a shot, and all this was extended, and
Right.
BJ crushed him. So
Mhm.
it was like a punt. It was like a fair catch. I didn't think about how much time was left on the game or nothing, bro. I just saw money in the air. As
Exactly.
Dante used to always say, like this was another reason why I ended up playing DB, because Tay used to be like, a receiver can catch two or three balls, and that's a solid game. You just did your job. But at DB, if you go and catch a pick, bro,
Mhm.
that's equivalent to a touchdown and some more
Exactly.
offensive side. So that was the reason why I really wanted to play DB. I needed the ball in my hands. So catching that pick and all of us just celebrating and it all coming to like we wanted to. Like, it wasn't a perfect season, but it was a perfect season, bro, because we end up getting the hardware. We end up beating the brakes off of everybody pretty much. Saddleback got a quick one on us, man. That
Yup.
was trash.
Yup.
But other than that, the game winning pick was, yeah. I can't. I one day I think I didn't show my daughter the tape before. Like, look, this me. She probably looked at it, Dad. That ain't true. What you talking about, man?
They,
That
they,
ain't
don't- they
true.
don't
But
know yet. They don't know yet, man.
she don't know yet. She don't know. One day she'll put it together. Like, hey, Dad, you used to. Like, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Now that was a big moment, man. Shoot, I remember we was in a locker room just we was we was crying because we won. First of all, we won the state. This is for state, and then we found out that Cam Newton and them lost, which made us the national champs.
National champions. Glenn College lost, and they was cold too.
Exactly, exactly. So once we found out that, we were just going crazy in the locker room, and we ecstatic on that ride back home, which was the longest ride ever. Uh,
Longest, dumbest ride ever, bro. We were
bro.
so turned. We were so turned on the bus, sleep the whole way.
Mhm.
We was up the whole time, and then when we got back, I know y'all drive was 30 minutes back to the
Yes.
dean, and we had another 40-minute drive back to LA, bro. Like, we was just up, dog. And then after that, that's when the recruiting really started
Yeah,
cracking.
yeah. Yeah, so let's talk about that because at this point, since we're qualifiers, because shoot, Illinois was recruiting both of us. But
Yep.
during this time span, since
Dang, Ron,
hey, hold on. Yeah, because we gotta get into that, bro. We gotta get into Ron Zook and all that. So you know, during this time of us going to the championship game, we're like in a dead period where they came and recruit us. So, and we can qualify because I remember this. We can qualify. So wherever we we gotta go in the spring. And ain't a lot of time from our championship game
yep, we got to go now
to when school starts up
to
in
the
the spring.
springtime.
Yeah, so share how your recruiting had picked up at this point because it's not too many teams playing, especially when we go to championship game. There was a lot of schools coming, a lot of schools.
Yeah,
Explain
every day.
every day. So explain the schools that was talking to you and how that was for you, your visits.
Um, Shoot, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I had just about every school that I wanted. I had every school come talk to me. And growing up in LA, every kid, not every kid, but majority of the kids in LA on this side of the freeway, on the west side of the 110, you want to go to SC. You
Exactly.
want to go to SC, bro. I grew up watching SC. I grew up riding my bike to SC practices in the springtime on Saturdays, watching Lindell White and Reggie Bush get jiggy at practice. Uh, Watch how fitting this is, bro. You sit on my couch and then you gonna see, we here with it.
Exactly.
Um, it was a beautiful thing. Ron Zook, He came to the crib. Mom's cooked pork chops for him and stuff. He like, man, what I gotta do to get you there? And I remember I wanted to go to Illinois because they had this tall corner, and he had got drafted that year. He was cold. I
Yep.
forgot his name. Uh, damn, I forgot his name.
What you
But
call
I'm
him?
like, yeah,
What's the tight end's brother? Vontae.
Vontae. No, yeah, Davis. It wasn't him though. It was
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
else. It was somebody else. So I'm like, all right, cool, bet. And I had some offers already on the table, but I'm thinking about immediate playing. That was Dante thing. Dante, like, man, go to a school that's gonna give you what you want right now, and that you're gonna be able to play right now.
Exactly.
Since you're a qualifier and you already blah blah blah, go play one season and get your money. And I'm
Mhm.
like, bet. So I really wasn't thinking about. Obviously, I was thinking about winning, but I was thinking about being in a situation in a perfect environment where I can go play right now. And they was gonna let me just do what I wanted to do, pretty much.
Yeah.
Play man, whatever y'all need me out. Just let me play, please.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to get my folks out of this situation we
Right.
in, dog. So the offers just started coming in. I remember Tay used to be like, "Yo, where you want to go to college?" I'm like, "I don't know, bro. Like SC." He like, "Man, outside of that." I'm like, "I don't know." Why? What's up? He's like, "Cause I'm about to send your tape to everybody I know." And I'm like, "Yeah." But at the time, him saying everybody he know, I'm not thinking like
It's gonna be everybody.
everybody, bro. I was getting calls in class from all different type of area codes,
Mhm.
text messages from different coaches. It was crazy, bro. It's like the recruiting is like you having to choose. I mean, obviously your next couple years, and your
Mhm.
next couple years can either make or break you.
Exactly.
So it was a beautiful experience. Beautiful experience.
Nah, for sure. I remember. I think. How many visits did you take before you actually signed?
Well, obviously I took one to SC because that's down the street from the crib, so that don't really count. Me and BJ took one to Kansas. I took one to Oklahoma State. I had one scheduled to Hawaii, but then they told me it was a 5 hour flight over nothing but water, and I was like, nah, I'm cool, bro. I don't even want to go there for real. So I think I ended up taking like three trips.
Okay. Yeah, because I only took two because I was gonna sign with Illinois. It was like, oh, point blank period. But
Yeah.
then Don said, like, hey bro, you might as well like go take a trip with another school just in case. I'm like, all right, man, I'll go to Middle Tennessee. I ain't going, but it don't matter. And end up going. End up going.
Yeah.
What's you calling it? So you said you took a trip. You end up at Cincinnati, but prior to you getting Cincinnati, I remember because we talked. You was like, "Mount, man, bro, you just signed with Oklahoma State. So how did you sign with Oklahoma State, and then how did you get to Cincinnati? How did that all play out?"
So I ended up going to Oklahoma State for many reasons, bro. Oklahoma State was fun.
Mm-hmm.
They had graduated a corner named Parrish Cox. He played
Yep.
with the 49ers for a while. On that visit, they was playing Georgia.
Mm.
Georgia had AJ Green, and I remember AJ Green from high school.
Peace.
He listen, he strapped AJ Green that game, bro. It was at Oklahoma State. So they like, yo, you come here, like he leaving. We don't have nobody else. I'm like, you don't got no. What you mean? Y'all right next to Texas. Y'all got other kids. Yeah, but we ain't got nobody that we feel that can play. I said, all right, bet. So on my visit, on a visit, they show you all type of love. They give you everything you need, bro. Like now the kids is getting all the money and stuff, like in person, and everybody know about it.
Mm.
Schools back then was sliding you the chili under the table, giving you the duffel bags full of clothes and stuff.
Mhm.
So I ended up taking my trip. I had a good time. Barry Sanders went to Oklahoma State, so I got to take a picture with the Heisman.
Yeah.
And the Coach Gundy had asked him, he was like, man, what we got? All the coaches, what we got to do to get you? What we got to do? I was like, man, I don't know. And what number you want to wear? I'm like, man, I wear 8. I'm Ocho. They like, oh, well,
Mhm.
the 8's taken. I'm like, all right. They was like, well, figure it out and let us know. We had dinner. I'm texting Tay on the side. Tay texting me like, man, tell him you want this, you want this. And the stuff that he was telling me, I'm like, bro, you tripping. He like, Malk, if they want you, they going.
Exactly.
So, bro, we had dinner and I hit Coach Gundy, and I'm like, Coach, like, I want to wear number 1.
Yeah.
Mind you, the last person who wore number 1 at Oklahoma State was Dez Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
So ain't nobody on defense wore it. Dez was the only one to wear it. Everybody know who Dez is. So he like, oh, you want number one? I'm like, I'm kind of scared to say yeah. I'm like, yeah, all right. And we just kept eating. After we eat, we go back up to the school. Bro, they got the number one jersey. I don't know how many jerseys they had. All the jerseys lined up, the number one. They all have my last name on them printed already. And I'm like, I looked at him and I was like, where I signed that? He started smiling. For me, bro, my biggest thing when I started playing, I've never had my name on the back of my jersey. Ever. Like, high school, Sarah didn't do that. Basketball, football, none of that. At Mount Sac, obviously, we didn't have that. Weaver State, I didn't have that. So I'm like, man, y'all giving me the number I want. I'm not even asking for nothing crazy. I just want a number.
Exactly.
So they gave me that, and I signed. Boom. And like you said, we was qualifiers. So when I came back home, I probably had like a month and a half, if that, to before I had to pack up and move to Oklahoma. No family in Oklahoma, no nothing. I think it was one dude on the team from California who went to Elko, but he was graduating. So I was out there just solo dolo. But at the same time, it was cool because I'm a country boy at heart. All I do is fish, bro. So when on a visit, Coach Dundy was like, "Hey, I heard you like to fish." I'm like, "Yeah, why, what's up?" He's like, "I got a pond at my house." I said, "You got a pond at your house?" He said, "Man, you come here and fish anytime you want." I said, "Bro, you give me the number I want."
Exactly.
The corner graduating, y'all ain't got nobody else playing. It's the Big 12, and all y'all do is play man and cover three. So I'm pressing and bailing. I'm getting picks. I can play one season and I can get to the league. Like, I'm thinking about the bigger picture here now. Like, cool, I'm locked in. So I come back home. I work out. I train, whatever. I'm thinking I'm training. I'm thinking I'm doing something. And I get to Oklahoma State, and them workouts was killing me, bro, killing me. I was the first one in my family to go to college for free. First one to go to college pretty much in general. So I didn't really know what to expect. My pops ain't played football. My cousins played. They stay in Michigan, but they just played in high school. So the only person I could really call for advice was Tay. So I used to call him after practice, like, man, this happened, this happened. So spring ball come around, and I'm with the ones. On that team, it was on the defensive side. I think it was three dudes that got drafted that year I was there. On offense, I was guarding Justin Blackman every day at practice, bro. They had this running back named Kendall Hunter. We used to call him Spud. He played for the 40. When I say fast, quick twitch, bro, listen. He used to pick him up and put him down so fast, bro. So fast. Like, we had Brandon Whedon as a quarterback. Like, it was a squad, bro. So I'm thinking, this is it. I've never been on a losing team. Like, I tell my daughter that. I said, man, you got to envision greatness now. And I'm going to put you in a situation to always be the best. Effort is within you. So I knew that going in, but I didn't know everything to expect. So spring ball passed. We had the spring game. I did decent. I did all right. I could have did a lot better looking back at it now. We come home. I come home for a couple days, go back out there, winter workouts. We do all that stuff. Right before camp start, one of the dudes who was on the team the year before, he broke his neck, like C3, C4 in his neck was like broke or fractured or something. They said he'll never play football again. So that was like, it was bad news, but at the same time, I'm like, damn, like I'm about to really play this season. Bro, camp start, and he just medically get cleared, and he back in the rotation with the ones. And I'm like, damn, all right. So now I'm like splitting time ones and twos. Then some freshmen come in. It was a dude, he ended up getting drafted too, Justin Gilbert.
I about to say
played for the
Gilbert.
Cowboys.
Yep. I know you
He
talking
come
about.
in. So now we all battling for that little extra rep with the one or with the twos. Bro, I just started getting bumped down the list. Then they moved me to they call it the star position. It's like nickel. I'm like, cool, as long as I'm on the field. Then they put me at safety. Then they put me back at corner. So they was just bumping me around. So I called Tay and told him, and he like, bro, go talk to the DB coach. So I go talk to the DB coach, and this was the icing on the cake for me. First of all, me going to talk to you, like that's out of my comfort zone. Like I don't feel like I need to go talk to you about playing time. That's weak to me. My game should dictate me on the field. But I listened to Tay and I went there and I talked to him, bro. The whole time I was talking to him, he was looking down, texting on his phone. I said, that I'm out.
Yeah.
Straight like that, bro. I went back to my dorm. I called my pops. I told him, he's like, what you want to do? I said, I don't know. I'm about to call all the dudes that I know in college right now. I'm about to call them, send them my tape from outside, send them my practice film from Oklahoma State, and see what I can get shaking.
Yeah.
So I had called my boy Chris Matthews. He was at Kentucky. He played receiver. His receiver coach, offensive coordinator was T. Martin.
Yeah.
So him and T. Martin close, and he like, bro, I got this dude, Malky. So Kentucky was ready to pull the trigger on me, but I needed to get, I didn't know none of this. You got to get a release from your college to talk for the coaches to even call you on the phone. So I'm like, all right. I go into the office and I tell the coach, like, man, I'm about to transfer. He's like, why? And I'm like, man, y'all not gonna play me. I don't got no family out here. I'm not finna just be stuck in Oklahoma. I can only fish so much, bro. Like I'm trying to do one season and bounce.
Yeah.
So they end up signing the release. But when they signed, oh, at the same time I was waiting on the release, Baylor had called me. Baylor was like, oh yeah, just don't even worry about going home, bro. Just pack your car up and drive down. We got you. I'm like, cool. I'll go to Baylor.
Yeah.
Uh, and when they signed the release, they had like a clause on it to where I couldn't transfer to no Big 12 schools. None. So I was stuck with like trying to figure out like, all right, Kentucky, or then I had talked to my boy Raheem, Jesky, Jonathan Franklin, they all went to UCLA. So I'm like, I hit them up and they like, yeah, Sheldon Price. They like, yeah, bro, come on. We need, another homie on the team. I'm like, bet. UCLA, like, we can get you in, but we can't, your scholarship won't start until blah, blah, blah. So you got to come out of pocket for school. I said, come out of pocket. I was just the number one DB coming out of junior college. I'm not finna pay for no school.
Kill it.
Man, and that's just me. The whole process, like, I look back on it and like when I talk to kids that's going through the process, like you got to be open-minded, but at the same time, you got to know what you're worth at, all in all. And I knew what I was worth and but I was still closed-minded and I didn't have any good teaching on how the process actually worked. So I was immature and young, bro. I packed my bags up. My pops flew to Oklahoma and we drove from Oklahoma back to LA. Got back home. I called Coach Jabs and I'm like, yo, I'm back. He's like, what you mean you back? I'm like, man, it didn't work out. He said, all right, so we got practice on Monday. I said, bet, I'll be there. So that's how I ended up back at Mount Sac. And I played another season. I already had my associates. So I was just taking little BS classes. I was only going to be home for 6 months.
Yeah.
Shoot, I'm not gonna say I'm glad I came back, but I won another ring.
Y'all did win another ring.
I was a two-time All-American. I led the team in all these accolades and ended up having like the whole process like started over again.
Yeah.
I had every school coming back up there talking to me. And since he came, small world, my family from Detroit, and the DB coach at the safeties coach, defensive coordinator at Cincinnati, Tim Banks, he from Detroit, and he know one of my uncles, my uncle Coach Pop Warner out there. So he's like, man, I know your people, blah blah blah, and I'm like, bet, like Cincy, Ohio, that's 3.5, 4 hours away from Detroit. I can always have family at the game. All in all, if we get a 4-day, 3-day weekend, I can drive up and see my grandmother. I can see my cousins and stuff. It was a dude. Remember Kimbrell Tompkins, KT?
Yeah, I do. Yep.
He was at Cincy, the homie Monte from out here. He was at Cincy. Malik had just left Cincy. He had just left and he was telling me, like, man, don't go, don't go. But I'm just thinking about like, man, I just left a situation where I should have stayed and here's another big opportunity. So I'm gonna take it. Hindsight, looking back, like my pops was we talked about it after the fact. He was like, man, big fish, small pond. And I wasn't thinking, I didn't understand the terminology at the time. And obviously he supported me in everything I did. But looking back on it, big fish, small pond, I'm rated so high. I should have went to like a San Jose State or San Diego State or, a Division I school, but not like one of these big time schools.
Yeah.
That way I could have really like did whatever I wanted to do, bro, and just balled. And the
Exactly.
process to the league would have been a lot easier.
Yeah.
My biggest thing was I wanted my name on it. It's childish that I say it out loud now, and like I know now, but I wanted my name on the back of the jersey, bro, and I want to be on TV every weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. Not for sure.
Cincinnati was on TV every weekend. Oklahoma State was on TV every weekend. You knew who them schools were. I say I went to San Jose State or San Diego State. They like, oh, that's not a football school, bro. Like, that's where you went. Oh well. So that's why, like, I'm like, no, I'm big time. I'm going to a big time school.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I ended up at Cincy, dog.
Nah, I remember when you went back to Mount Sac, I was like, bro, how that happened? And when you told me, I was like, bro, that's crazy. But like you said, all it did was start it all over. But during this time, explain to because people don't understand, like you going to Weber State and coming back, you're a bounce back. For people to understand, that's like you going to a D1, D2 school and coming back to JUCO, which a lot of people are not doing now these days. But you mentioned about transferring. So we didn't have the transfer portal. You guys can do anything y'all want. Anybody can hit y'all up. Around our time, if a coach did not leave, you were stuck essentially. The school didn't need to release you for anything. So it was cool
Nope.
for Oklahoma State to even do that. Can Talkton, I remember he was at Tennessee with Lane Kiffin, and he had to
Yep.
sit out. He had to sit out a year because he wanted to transfer because Kiffin left, and it was like, nah, like you gotta stay, and he had to wait out that whole year. Then he went to Cincinnati.
Yep.
I do recall
Yep.
that. So I mean, times has changed.
Big
Man,
time.
can you explain? Because it was a lot that you went over, and I think, and I tell my kids all the time to know your worth. And if I say it like this though, we are businesses. We are independent contractors like football players. And when you
Yep.
understand this is business to business, not player to player, because this school make money off of us, regardless of what they say.
Buku chili. Buku chili.
And don't let no coach sell you on, you are a student athlete because if you're not producing on the field, they take that scholarship away from you. So
Facts.
it's not just no education. You there to do something. But if you understand a business mindset, like, look, you guys want me here, but at the same time, if you really want me here, I need
You're
these
gonna figure out a
things.
way to keep me here.
Exactly. I need these things to get here. So that's why I'm happy for the NIL and things like that. But you mentioned this, man, we say this all the time, being that fish. Do you want to be in that big pond or you want to be the big fish in a small pond?
and
And
and and and it's like back then you all like I know at least for me I wanted to be I consider myself a big fish, so I'm gonna go swim in a big pond.
exactly.
But in all actuality, bro, wherever you go, make some noise.
Mm-hmm.
Like make some noise and they will come and find you, bro. That year that I went to Cincy, San Jose State was on me. I had 4 high school teammates at San Jose State, bro.
Exactly.
Or my boy Benet Ben Wickery, he played in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Duke Ianacho, he played in the
Oh,
league. Like, and they both was started in the secondary. So
mm-hmm.
they like, Mount, come on. But we know you going to a big time school, bro. Like, and man, now that I look back on it, like, I wouldn't switch nothing because I got boys from Cincy, bro. Them my brothers for life, dog. Like, we went through it. But, dog, I could have went to a small school and rocked with the same cats I was playing with in high school, and we could have really perked up,
Exactly.
dog. But
Hey,
it's all that's what life is about, though. That's what life is about. It's a learning experience, and that chapter of my life is over. So this is a great platform, a great opportunity for those who tap in and listen. Like, follow your heart, follow your first mind. Don't follow what others do. Be
yeah,
your own person. Be a leader, not a follower. Be an individual person who, whatever you do on the field, you're gonna bring that attention, and
exactly.
they gonna come find you for sure, for sure.
For sure. I tell kids this now. I tell parents that I said if I was coming out and same player I am today, I said I would stay at a D2 because ain't too many, other schools other than UCLA and SC in this area. I'm like, man, I'll go to D2 out here create my own brand and ball out because I'm in the city. Like I'm where I'm at. Like if you want me here, I need this and this and that. As long as I'm in the area though, man, like you said, they gonna find you, but people don't understand. They worried about
People
just
don't.
D1. And I said like this, dude, you want to be on a championship team where you on the sideline, you witness them win, or you want to be the
You want to be on the
main
field.
reason why you the guy.
You the dog. Yeah,
You
facts.
feel me? So
That's how I felt when we was at Mount Sac, bro. Mount Sac was the best time. Mind you, when I was at Mount Sac, that was my fourth year playing football.
yeah.
So that was the most fun I've ever had playing football when I played with y'all, bro. Like man, what? That was what,
Oh no,
bro?
we was having fun, boy. We was having fun.
What? We was strapping before kids was doing the whole seatbelt thing, bro. We was putting kids in diapers and we was strapping way back then, bro.
It was crazy. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. It was good times. Good times. So you explained a little bit about Cincinnati, and I remember Fig. He was telling me a little bit about Cincinnati as well. What was your experience, bro? Overall, like just not even just football, but just being in the city and everything like that. Because people don't know Cincinnati in the hood too out there.
Bro, Cincinnati is essentially, for those who tapped in right now, Cincinnati like being on the east side full time, bro. Being on the east side with snow,
Uh-huh.
and if you don't know, Cincinnati is the city of seven hills. Every street you turn down is a hill, bro. Like, not no two steps and I'm at the top. I'm talking
Yeah.
about put your head down and let's walk, bro. So the school was on hills. It was a very different experience. Um, it was different, bro. To keep it G, it was different.
Mm-hmm. Man, so
It,
shoot, 2020 coming, we know pandemic happened. But prior to the
mm-hmm.
we got inducted into the Hall of Fame. You essentially for both teams because you was on that 09 and 10 year. But bro, explain that moment. Like, how did you take it all in? Because it was awesome, first of all, to see guys. I haven't seen guys in years.
Since the last game.
Exactly. So I haven't seen guys for years, and for everybody to come together, and a couple of brothers we lost to COVID actually, which was wild. But how was that moment for you, man? For us to get inducted in front of the teammates, and of course your family, man.
Man, that was a great experience. That's just something else that you slap on a resume that only a smither of the world would ever understand. Uh, I put sports up here, bro, at the top because it brings camaraderie, it brings partnership, friendship, it brings out the best in you. It ultimately, and this is a hard thing for in humans in general to do is to trust.
Yeah.
I had to trust that number one, Arnaz, number two, AD, whatever side I was on, I used to just know like, hey, we in Sally is really too bro. Yep,
Yep.
locked in. And I didn't
Yeah.
have to worry about nothing, bro. So when all that happened and we get inducted, like all that flashbacks, all the running those hills, the weight room, the backpedaling, like all that just came out, and it was love, dog, because it wasn't handed to us, not even a little bit. Everything was worked for, so I appreciated it even more, like even more. And I don't know how Mount Sac was the year, when you played your freshman year, but when I got there, it was like the culture it was cracking. Like
Mhm.
smash mouth, we can run to the ball. Coach
Yep.
Jonah had us starting drills over and over. Like y'all ain't running to the ball. And at the time, be like, man, I'm running, but he pushing them buttons to get everything out of you. So when I end up going back to Mount Sac, that same energy was still there. They was talking about, bro. When I checked back in, they was like, "Hey, didn't you just come from Oklahoma State? You
Mhm.
number 8?" I'm like, "Yeah." They like, man, how was y'all practicing with y'all? So they had already knew what we was on. So when we got inducted to the Hall of Fame, like all that work we put in, bro, it was all worth it. And
Mhm.
for everybody to for everybody to see all our accolades and our accomplishments and respecting what we did, bro, it's definitely a beautiful situation.
Yeah, nah. It was awesome, man. It was truly awesome. I got two more questions for you.
But
And we both fathers. And you have your daughter now. I have my oldest is my daughter as well. I'm about to have my third coming up soon. But how
ooh, wild boy.
man, balls deep, you already know.
Two in the pink, one in the stink. Damn.
But we grow up, we mature, man, and once you have your children, they change you. How much of once you had your daughter, bro, did you start to change and like, man, like because we are immature at some point, but we got to grow up. And of course, when we have daughters, it's like, man, we really got this responsibility.
That's what
So
it was.
how much of that of your daughter changed you, man?
Man, I was so scared to have a girl when the doctor said, "Oh, Mr. Murray, you're having a girl." My stomach dropped, bro. I damn near want to walk out the room, dog. I'm like, damn, girl. Because I just know all the ignorant stuff I was doing. And I'm just like, fuck. Like, I gotta go buy more guns now. I gotta be tripping now. But in all actuality, bro, she's the best thing that ever happened to me, dog. That's my dog. She has humbled me and put me in a position to think a whole lot differently. She's taught me like the utmost patience, like because she is a girl, but she's a daddy's girl. So she's up under me all the time. So I can't say what I want to say sometimes because she's there. But then at the same time, we have such a great relationship to where I talk to her as if, like she one of the guys. Like, baby, look, this was finna happen. And she plays soccer. So the first couple seasons, I didn't say too much.
Mhm.
I cheered, but I stood back just to check her character to see if she had that high octane in the gas tank, bro. And she would have like spurts of it, but then she would revert back to like just being just like a normal player.
Mm-hmm.
And me being me, I ain't going for that normal stuff, baby. Like we out here, let's be great. So she's put me in a position to where I think differently. I gotta watch what I say.
Yep.
Um, it's just a humbling experience, lack of a better words, bro. Like humbling. I don't know what else to do, dude. Me and her, we'll sit at the crib. We play Uno all the time, and just seeing her movements, her mannerisms, her gestures, it's surreal. It brings tears to your eyes at times when they do certain things that you've been preaching, and they still like, no, dad, no, dad, I don't, because as kids, same like we did, we know it all.
Yep.
So they not trying to hear, Dad, you old, you don't know, blah, blah, blah. And then when they do it and then they turn around and look at you,
Yeah.
it's like the best feeling in the world, bro. Like when she scored her first goal a couple seasons ago playing soccer, bro, it's crazy. I wasn't recording the whole game. I'm just watching. And then one play she had made a move and got downfield. And I was like, and lying my phone out. Bro, as soon as I pulled my phone out, she shook a girl, boom, took a couple dribbles and kicked it hard and went in. But the same move that she did, we have been practicing on all season.
Yep.
And she telling me, like, why we keep doing this? Why we keep and then when it happened, she scored, she looked at me, bro. It's on my Instagram, bro. I'm yelling at the top of my lungs, and she looking at me like, what just happened? I'm like, dog, you just did what we've been working on.
Exactly.
So it's beautiful, bro. It's beautiful. Soccer finna start back up too, so I got to get back in a little shape so I can get up and down this field with her.
Nah, man, I totally understand. Like my daughter, she's in Tennessee, but she is out here for the summer. Put her in track, the last track meet before you got to qualify. She put her in 200, 100 just to get her some running. And my wife was like, let's put her in a field event, put her in shot put. That girl made it to the Junior Olympics in shot put.
Off of one season.
Oh, she didn't even do a season. She only did it for 2 weeks. For two
See, it
weeks.
just some kids just got it, and when it clicks for them, the sky's the limit, bro.
Exactly. And she
The
didn't want to
sky's the
do it.
limit.
She didn't want to do it. I was like, look, if we start this, we're gonna do it. So she looking
Yeah.
forward to competing. I said, nah, when you come back out here, we're gonna compete for sure. So I really love that about her. Man, this is my last question, Meryl. You already gave us some jewels for the next generation, but what else is something else you can share for the young guys behind us, or if you got a question for me, man?
One thing I say to the youth, the up and coming, the next batch of players, um, find something you bad at, something you're not confident in your game, and work on that shit until you the best at it, until it's equal to the best thing that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, be coachable. Understand, like you said, it's a business at the end of the day. That coach that's coaching you, yeah, he coaching you for the love of the game, possibly, but he also making six figures and he's supporting his family. So
Exactly.
when you bust your tail for him, he respectfully supposed to bust his tail for you.
Mm-hmm.
So be coachable. I know for a while when I as a young kid it was hard. I wasn't coachable. I didn't know how to take corrective criticism. I thought everything a coach or another player would say to me was something negative, and I took it in the wrong. I didn't receive it correctly. Um, it wasn't until towards the end of my career where I started taking it as corrective criticism and learning from my mistakes and learning how to ask questions when I'm unsure of things and not just turning the other way or pointing the finger. Um, playing DB, bro, you the last of the last back there. The island is different. Everybody want to be on the island, but it ain't for everybody, bro. So if you choose to put yourself on that island, whether it's a safety, a nickel, a corner, whatever it is where you have to guard a man running full speed at you and you going backwards, man, take your time and perfect your craft, bro. Love, like respect the passion and respect the game, and the game is gonna respect you.
Mm-hmm.
And not just the game, like life in general.
Yeah.
Like my daughter and all the other stuff, that we go through as humans, as young men, as young black men in the world, is just to build your character. So the more pieces of the puzzle that you can put together, bro, the smoother, the better the transition to be in life for you. So all in all, for the youth, bro, just respect your passion and be you. Corrective criticism and be a dog, bro. Like you only get one shot at this for real. Like I wish I can go back and do a couple things a little differently, but I know I can't. So now I'm only thing I can do is give you my 3 cents to the pie and take that, add it to your book. Take a little bit from everybody, bro. Like you was physical at the line of scrimmage. You can run. You was a technician. Uh uh Uno on the other side, bro, he was just a dog. Like he may not have been as technical as you, but he gonna come up and he gonna punch you in your mouth, and he
Oh,
and you gonna know, bro. You gonna respect him, bro. Like
uh-huh.
I was a ball hawk. I wasn't the biggest hitter. I ain't trying to knock nobody out the game. But when the ball is in the air, best believe I'm gonna get the chili, bro. So whatever you do it to the best of your ability. As corny and as cliche as that sounds, bro, that's what the game entitled. Be you through and through, and everything else should follow. It should follow suit, bro. It should fall in place for you. And if it don't fall in place for you, take a step back, reevaluate, and reassess and ask your peers, get coaching from whether obviously if you're playing a sport, your coach gonna coach you.
Exactly.
Your boss at work, your homeboys, your mom, your pop, your brother, whoever, bro. Like take corrective criticism, take coaching, and shit. The sky's the limit, dog. Whatever you do, just be great.
Facts, man. Facts. My dog, man. Appreciate you
Yeah.
hopping
You
on, man.
already know what it is, bro. You already know it's always love, bro. From South Central to the Dina, you know what it
Exactly.
is.
Exactly, bro. Hey, we gotta hook up too soon, man. We gotta hook
Yeah,
up.
bet.
Bet, man. Well, my guy, appreciate you, man. I'll talk to you, my
Always, bro. Yep.